My first love of photography is probably wildlife. You know, when I was a young photographer, that's really what I concentrated on, was shooting pictures of wildlife. But really, as my career has evolved, I'm becoming known more now for capturing the Texas culture, you know, and trying to capture those people and places that really epitomize what it's like to be Texan and what it means to be a Texan. This country was built on the backs of cowboys and Comanche Indians and bison hunters, and early on I learned about all the history of all three of those groups and how they tie in and how they really interweave into the tapestry of this country in the Texas rolling plains. Because of that, I became enamored with the history of the buffalo hunter and the history of the bison in Texas and on the South Plains. I was at Caprock Canyon State Park early one evening shooting pictures of the buffalo and their buffalo herd there at the state park, and this one single bull was grazing, and then at the very last minute, the very last light, he turned and looked towards the sun, and I was able to capture a moment that's really become iconic. I know when a lot of people talk about pictures I've taken, they talk about that one photo that was taken probably 12 years ago. When people ask me the secret to taking a great photograph, I tell them there's really not a secret at all. It's really about, if you can think of anything that you want to be. You say, I want to be good at blank. And if it's basketball or if it's baseball or if it's making quilts or if it's photography, it all boils down to doing a few key things right every time and understanding the elements within that discipline so your results become predictable. Like in photography, I tell people a couple of things they need to think about all the time. They need to think about light first and foremost, whether it's natural light with the sun or artificial light if you're introducing some strobes. Composition is a key component of it in my mind. You know, composition is one thing that if you learn it and learn it well, you can transform mediocre photos to great photos almost overnight. It makes a huge change in the way your photographs look. I get asked a lot about what kind of equipment someone can buy that'll make them a great photographer. You know, really being a great photographer is a little bit about the equipment, but it's a lot about inspiration. It's a lot about understanding your subject and understanding how to interact with that subject, whether that subject's a landscape or whether it's people in the outdoors or whether it's wildlife. It's just taking the time to do all the background information and understanding what it is you're taking pictures of. I spend as much time researching a subject or twice as much time researching a subject as I do actually photographing it, because when I go into a situation, I've got a finite amount of time, and so I want to know all I can about what I'm taking a picture of, whether I'm traveling to the Big Bend to shoot pictures of great landscapes, or whether I'm traveling to the northern panhandle to shoot pictures of prairie chickens, or whether I'm traveling to someone's farm to shoot a picture of their hard-earned labor and their hard work and what it means to be a farmer in Texas. I try to know as much as I can about the subject, and to me, more than equipment, that's the secret to being a great photographer.
Whoa, you didn't get that, did you?
Yeah, actually I did.